Hey, how's everyone doing? Just coming off of a fantastic Philly show where I accomplished much more than I thought I would be able to in a span of a weekend when it comes in regarding to collecting the football card sets that I collect. If you haven't been to the Philly show, I highly, highly suggest it, especially if you're collecting vintage football, because over the span of this past weekend, I was able to get near complete sets of two of what I think are the hardest like football sets to complete for Topps football, and that's the 64 and the 65 set. And I already have the big major keys for the 65 set, other than Willie Brown. So I already have the Fred Blintikoff rookie, and I have a Joe Namath rookie. But the set can also be really intimidating because of the short prints and the different things that, might be a little bit tougher to find with the set. But it becomes really easy when you cultivate relationships with really awesome retailers that honestly make it so that you look forward to going to the show every time it comes up, and it's almost a near miss. Like, you can't miss it because of how much cool shit that you find at the shows. And there's two dealers in particular that I really love the deal of, especially when it comes to vintage football, because they are both extremely knowledgeable and they're also thankful for their business. There's some guys that set up there and they just set up the setup and they really don't bother to, talk to you, get to know you. And then you have guys like AJ Firestone and Steve Brendenberg, who really, really make the show just a delight. And it makes me really want to go every time because regardless of when I go, I'm always going to find really cool deals with them. And I'm also going to find stuff that I don't see anywhere else. And AJ alone was able to help me with filling out about 70 of the 120 that I was missing from the 1964 Topps football set. And all at fantastic prices. And then Steve, on the other hand, he has really, really just such a depth of knowledge, and between the both of them, they have like a fantastic knowledge of you know vintage football cards, and they take care of you. And even like their stars, the star cards that they have, not just the commons but the stars, they're all fairly priced. Like, they're not trying to like get over on a guy. You know, a lot of people say like, "Oh, you'll do better on eBay and everything like that." And I find that like, if I wait and I'm patient and I wait for the Philly show to come up and I go to these guys, 9 times out of 10, their prices are better than eBay. And you actually get to see the cards in front of you, and the condition's fantastic. And then on top of that, depending on the amount of cards that you get, you also get a little bit of, they give you a break. And it's really appreciated. It's really helped me along with my collecting because it's just something that I've really wanted to do since I was younger. And I just, I wouldn't be as far as I am in my collecting if it wasn't for these guys. And I just wanted to give them both a really great shout out. And speaking of AJ, on top of the 64s, I also got like 30 of the 65 sets. So now I'm down to like 66 cards for that set. And I mean, these were like $20 cards at other guys' tables. And they're going to stay at those other guys' tables because nobody wants to spend $20 on them. And it just, I was like a kid in a candy store. And I can't stress enough how much of a joy it is to deal with these guys. And if you're collecting vintage football cards, these are the guys that you look for. Or at like Chantilly show. I don't know where they go. I know Chantilly is one of the bigger shows that they go to. I haven't been to it yet, but I'm planning on trying to go to at least one or two. But they also set up at Steve sets up at the Capital City Mall for their card show, and that's where I actually met him at. And you know, I was just dipping my toes into collecting the football stuff when I first met him, and you know, I'd ask him for like random things, like oddball stuff, and he'd pull it out. And it just got to the point where I got so comfortable that, like, you know, I could easily spend like $500-600 at his table with no problem, and wouldn't feel bad about it. But anyway, just wanted to post this video. This is a really, really nice show. Anyway, other than that, hope everyone's well. I'm going to be posting a lot more soon. As I start completing these sets, I'm actually going to start doing set reviews. And I hope it's a hit. Hope everyone's well. Thanks.